Is it okay to have sex on the first date? That is what we were talking about at my photo shoot today, and everyone seems to have a different opinion. Is it okay to have sex on the first date? Does that make you be viewed a certain way by people? Does that like change the dynamic of whatever the relationship could be if you have sex on the first date? Feel free at any point to chime in because everybody has so much to say about it before.
Maybe you felt like doing it. You was just in a mood.
Okay. So you feel like we're mature enough to do it and not be labeled or feel a certain way. I think a lot of people's concern is that you'll be viewed a certain way if you have sex on the first date. Like you won't be taken as serious.
Certain people are just promiscuous though, and they enjoy that. I feel like you should be allowed to enjoy sex, even if it's just meeting somebody.
So do you think a person will take you seriously if you have sex with them on the first date? Or
I have, so yeah.
Oh, you're speaking from experience.
Okay. I
would say yes. I would say yes today's age. Give them you sleep with a man on the first date. Good luck, sister. I wouldn't say don't do it. I would just say you better be applying some hell of a pressure.
And most women ain't applying that pressure to be able to do that. So it's not smart to have sex. He hasn't even earned sex on the first date. Can't nobody. We don't value ourselves.
Subjective, Crystal. We can't.
No. Well,
that's for all women. That's for all women.
No, I think it should be for all women, but it's not. Like y'all said, it should be the standard, but in this modern time and day and age, it's not. And that's why women aren't married. That's why women can only be side chicks for life because they don't value themselves and they think that one date means that you should get sex. Now, like you said, if you a cold one and you applying pressure and you probably don't do that often or never have, that man will be able to pick up on it and see, oh my God, it just must have been a vibe. But guess what? That is a 1% of woman who can probably have sex on the first date and have that snapper and reel them right on in. That's not.
Do we understand? Do we understand that it's such a small percentage of like women, they want to sleep with men just as much. I would say intimacy is a fair exchange. And
it's not supposed to be like that. Women, that's because
why not? Why not?
Women are not made to be horny like that. They're not supposed. It's not normal woman behavior to just be, oh, I'm so hot, so horny, can't help myself. It's not normal. That is a woman who's so masculine and so in her primal energy.
No,
that she's gotten like that.
No.
So y'all grandmas did it? Did y'all grandmas do it in the 50s?
Yeah, that's why they had all them damn kids.
They had sex on the first date in the 50s, in the 40s.
No, they weren't dating. No. Dating is a new concept. They weren't even dating. They were
dating. They were going to the Shake Shacks and drive-ins.
And hunching.
They were kissing. Y'all need to watch.
Crystal said they was at the drive-in.
Well, Crystal said, did y'all grandma? And listen here. Oh my, yeah. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, our moms and grandmas a little wild.
I'm saying the average grandmama, the average older, woman would not ever suggest a woman.
Hey, hold up, hey, fuck what you talking about? Hey, shout out. Hey, big shout out to the mother loving angry man. Big shout out, big dog. Appreciate you.
Shout out to my guy, the angry man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to his channel over there with his 600,000 subs over there.
I said what I said, subs or not. A woman just like everybody does. That's because we live in a world and it shows it in that comment, 600,000 subscribers or not, that we don't value what we need to value in this day and age. It's not about earning and paying a certain amount of money. It's about the way the woman should feel about herself. Why are you having sex with men on the first date? A man on the first date. You don't even know this man. He could have an STD, anything could be going on. It's out there. The stats are there. It's disgusting. And it's not showing the way. I'm not saying that there aren't some women who have had sex on the first date and they married. Of course there is. But that's a small percentage of women who can do things like that and still bag the man. Because ultimately the woman wants to admit.
Well, real quick, got a legend in the house. So they having a hard time understanding your super chat. If you wanted to explain a little more.
Oh, it's simple. You have too many women that view relationships from a transactional type of stance. So they're like, oh, well, a man has to earn this coochie and blah, blah, blah. And that's not totally right. Like, I get what the women are saying when they're saying that, you know, somebody has to be worthy of that. But the idea that the dude has to earn it always comes from a place of he's trying to earn something, but she doesn't have to really do anything. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, we don't think that at all over here. She definitely needs to be a part of the
Yeah.
first.
Because as far as the one night thing, I don't think women should be having sex on the first night. So I get the part about earning it, but to me, I feel like it needs to be something where it's like, I don't even think that should be on the table in the beginning. I think the beginning should be
Getting
the
to know
two
each other.
people trying to honestly get to know each other without trying to figure out what they can get out of each other. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Period. We agree. I agree. I think that it's back in the day, it was just normal to get to know a person. I think that's the only way we're truly going to get back to genuine, long-lasting relationships is having realistic points of view and realizing that you want to really be getting to know this person. But we have a culture of transactional things, which I'm totally against. I think that's so silly when women say the whole transaction and this and that. If we just get to know one another, you would actually find somebody. But everybody's so jaded, like I say all the time, that that's a problem. So I'm glad that you explain yourself, Angry Man. It's nice to meet you, by the way.
Whether it was a good or bad look for women sleeping on the first night, and it's mixed reactions in this modern world. But I agree. Like I initially said, context, but if it gotta be not a red flag but a yellow flag, it may not be something sisters want to consider sleeping with the dude on the first night. Because I have talked to guys that, oh, I went out with this cool chick, you know, she was awesome and all this, and he will say, but you know, we got down to business on the first night. I don't know, does she do that with everybody? Is no. So ultimately, if you're looking for something serious, and that's what Lala was asking, the one brother was saying, oh, you should do whatever feels good. But then the question is, are you willing to live with those repercussions? You may not be taken seriously. Most likely won't.
Well, I mean, the honest, and you know, the fellas watching probably gonna be mad at me for saying this, but I've never respected a woman that gave it up on the first night.
I don't think no man does. I'm sorry.
Unless he knows it's his wife, a lot of times they don't, because it has to be an extreme, shooting star situation for you to have a sex on the first date and you all decide that, oh my God, this is really the one. And as women right now, we cannot afford to have sex on the first date. Control your lower chakras. If you don't know what a chakra is, do research on your sacral chakra and your root chakra. And then once you balance those out, and it's not a pseudoscience, it's real science, if you ask me, then we wouldn't be in a position.
Does a man have any dog in this fight? Meaning, all right, let's say you meet this woman and you taking her serious, she might be a wife. Do a man fight his urge and not, even if he probably could? I probably could take her home, but I'm gonna drop you back off at the crib because I know where it's gonna go if I sleep with you tonight, and I might look at you differently.
Yeah, I think so. I think a man should fight his urges, but I think at the same time, a man
be like Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker said his wife would not pass out that cookie the first date,
and that's
he
true.
That
was a big factor. Yes, that was true. Yeah, playing football and stuff. I met my wife, and she went with it. Yeah,
but did you try, Mr. Walker? That's the question. Did you try before you did it?
Yes, I did.
Right, as you should. Men are supposed to be.
Yeah,
like
so that's my decision. I grew up ignorant. I grew up then raised by wolves, so I've never seen marriage. Yeah, shoot.
Let's not cap ladies. Ladies like it when you still are low key trying to pursue them. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be like just trying to, have some decorum about yourself. Like, don't be sitting there just hot and horny. That's all you could talk about. But what I'm saying is, women like that when they can tell, oh, he's fighting, trying not to, come off to, the H word. So I don't think it's a bad thing, do what you want to do. But I don't think a woman is ever complaining if a man is showing, resistance, and trying to respect you. So that's what I think. Lamb, what y'all think, Pick Me?
Let me answer it. Let me answer before Lamb goes. Sorry, Lamb.
No, you're
So,
good.
I do not think that we should have sex on the first day. Whatever word you want to use, earn boundaries, I feel as though, because when you're first meeting people, it's just your hormones. Yes, you're attracted to them, your body is reacting to their body, they're saying the right stuff. I feel as though it should be more time because you have to learn these people. There are so many people who don't learn the person before they get into this sexual encounter and then they trapped. Like women release oxytocin when we have intercourse. We want to have a bond with that man. But if that man know for sure he don't want nothing from us, we just exchange sex with the hopes that he would take us more seriously. So that's why I would say wait. Because the longer you wait, the more you find out whether or not that man wants to invest into you. So earn or invest. But either way, you need to know that that man is for sure wanting to do something with you and not just playing your garden. Because sometimes that's just the case. They just trying to see what that cookie info.
But like, and real quick, Lamb, but like the angry man said, where a lot of women go wrong is they think just showing up cute is gonna bag that man. It's not. She also needs to be making it a very pleasant experience while he's in her presence. Fun, agree. You know, I don't really like the word agreeable, but I think agreeable is the word. Like everything he's saying, you're not combating every single thing. You're hearing him out, seeing from his perspective, trying to get to know him, not worried about what is in his pockets necessarily, but is this man driven? Is this man, you know, the type that is open to certain things? You really shouldn't be too concerned about sex. You should be trying to get to know the character of that man. So the woman should also be showing her personality.
Well, that's easy to say. Most of these women are horny and broke. So they think about the meat and somebody to provide for them. It's easy to say that from your position, but they can't.
I mean, but that's why, sorry, Lamb, to cut you off, but that's why I would say everybody should wait because if that woman is only looking for a come up, the longer a man hold out on busting her down, the sooner he can find that information out. If she's a wife, that will be present. So you shouldn't be, you can discover that faster if sex isn't involved. Because once we have sex, like y'all say it on here, once you have sex, you need to figure out how to retain a man. So I might just be doing things to keep you around, and that's not who I am. But if you would have took the time out to get to know me and found out I was no good, we could have alleviated all of this by not having sex.
See, and that's the thing. We talked about this. Even if a guy, you know, goes out on a date with a chick and he deems her not to be marriage material, every guy, I don't care, he could be annoyed by her, but if he can get the constellation prize of meet to meet desires, he gone. Yeah, it's going down. Yeah, so that's just a fact.
We need to change that though, because then that's how we end up like me with a baby with somebody you don't like.
Damn.
Shit happens. So
damn.
We need to make better choices. You need to get to know people more. Like just because you're attracted to them, it does not mean that y'all should be having sex. Like engaging is only making stuff worse.
And care more about your pee. You have to care, like just like you say, Mr. Walker. It's, you know, she enjoys it just like him, but men need to start prioritizing themselves and loving themselves, like this whole soft girl era or like feminine movement.
What's the penalty to a man clapping random cheeks with protection? What's
with the herpes and genital?
No, that's why I said like we gonna say that
protection
herpes can be passed with a condom.
What? Yeah, we have to educate ourselves.
Mr. Walker, you said what's the penalty?
Yeah, like
with protection?
Unforgivable diseases aside. You know, everyone's healthy.
That's not reality, though. That's not reality. If that was the case, women probably.
I think a penalty could be you're getting it. So it clouds judgment. So first of all, patience is a virtue, right? And when you start being intimate with someone, it clouds your judgment. And so the penalty could be you didn't deal with the crazy woman and you didn't know that because you were just too busy trying to get off. And it's like, and then men want to be all upset that they ran across this crazy woman. And it's like, well, that's your bad, bro, because you wanted to do what you wanted to do. So how often do you guys hear about men having relationships, even though you're not with them, you're still in a relationship and it was a mistake and they have strife in their life because of it now? Like, that seems like a penalty to me. I would think you would want to eliminate as much crazy as you can. So wait a little bit, get to know if she is someone that you might want, if she wants to catch feelings. If you want her to catch feelings for you, you might want to know that she's sane. I'm just saying.
I agree with that, but nevertheless, man, like if a guy comes in and he clap cheeks and he leaves, she can be crazy all she want. If he's gone, like I don't understand what's the penalty. I see a penalty for the woman, like you said, she can get attached, become emotional, but a dude can do it, and he like I said, he don't got to know your name. He could dislike you. He could be annoyed.
That's why men are out of control now too, just like women, because it's called spiritual ties.
Yes.
And,
oh my God.
And guess what? It's spiritual. It is. And I know we all have our religious beliefs, but
it's not the same for men and women. Soul ties are not the same for men and women. It's not the same. Even if you can't compare the two.
I think that
a woman does not deposit any DNA into a man. He deposits DNA into her.
Right, but that's on a scientific, biological level. I'm talking about like on a spiritual level of energy being exchanged. So I think,
and with that exchange of DNA comes these spiritual attachments. Yeah,
it does. It's a little bit of both. I think that, but that's why, when we talk about a man who we want to marry, we're talking about somebody who is consistent, who is resilient. We're talking about somebody who can be in a position to be level-headed. Now, y'all know, just like I do, the nug of the world. He want to pop it in anybody with an open thing. So it's not good for your mental health. I have talked to men who don't even know how to have a hobby because their hobby is just getting in women's DMs and trying to get as many women as they can have sex with. We need men with better minds out here as well. And the only way you're going to get that is if you're not making sex the main priority outside of the DNA and, the nature of men to want women. Like, have a hobby, dude. Like, find some type of religion or spirituality or cause to put your energy into. That's why we don't have a lot of people with a lot of sense, because they just want to have sex, men and women.